Alright, everybody, it is time for the winners match, and both of these guys just been eating some snacks as they are getting focused and ready to go. Both of them getting 2-0 victories. So Group B, these two looking rather dominant so far. In the top left, it is, of course, the Africa Freaks Trap. And a doggo there barking him on says, "Go Trap! Go Trap!" Oh, I don't believe in no Trap November. No, none of that. It's still October. We're not in No Trap November yet. Down in the bottom right side, representing Team Liquid, also with his own cheerleader mascot doggo, this is Team Liquid's Clem. Go Clem! Alright, so TvP. We've seen two versus Zerg matchups. We saw Terran versus Zerg, Protoss versus Zerg, and the Zergs ended up losing those. Bly and Laser, of course, facing off in the other match. So we're going to see exactly what the heck happens here. Does one of them cheese the other? Honestly, I feel like Clem, if he's allowed to do what he wants to do, looks pretty disgustingly good in this matchup. And I feel like every Protoss player has learnt, don't let Clem do what he wants to do. Bust him with Zealot Storm, hit him with DTs at surprising times, wait with your Zealots when he moves out, get in there and just backstab him, smash him, take him down. And this is something that Clem has struggled with, but I think that recent victory over Zest, for instance, gives me a lot of confidence, because Zest is the master at not letting Clem do what he wants. And, you know, he's the one who shut down the Clem hype train at the World Championship when everyone thought Clem was potentially the guy who was just going to dominate the whole thing. Look at that. Drilly Boy does chase the probe off. Ooh, 1 hit point probe. And still following the SCV. This probe knows no fear. Trap says, "I trust in the power of my micro, and I want to make sure you can't proxy." That's what he's doing right now, guys. He says, if you're going to leave your base, I'll see you leaving your base. Clem's like, okay, no worries. And he's going to go Reactor first into a Reaper and a Marine, so it's a delayed Marine Scout. SCV, it does protect this SCV, building the command center as well. And it's Stalker first for Trap, guys. Trap going for the Nexus there. He's got a very early Stalker. Now, if you skip the bunker, Stalkers are amazing for pressuring. There's no ramp here. And I think seeing the Reactor first, he kind of knows. People who go early Reactor, they don't like getting the bunker if they can get away with it. Clem, though, he's going to play safe. He's going to get that bunker down. He'll have 3 Marines and a Reaper. No risks. He does not want to get in a situation where the Stalkers are able to utilize that 6 range advantage. And once again, Trap loves opening up this narrow pathway. It's only 5 minerals. It's so easy to open that pathway up. And I can't believe I haven't thought of doing it yet. Trap's the first player I've seen do this consistently every single game. So he's just saying, no, let's get my depths in, let's get my Stalkers in, and already causing some trouble. I said he's going to be safe. Well, it turns out it's not that safe, is it? That being said, guess what? No Stalker at home. The Adept is not there either. The Adept just arrived at the front. The Marines will fight the Adept. Oh, the Reaper's killing probes. The Marines will get that Adept. When the Adept's gone, so is the high ground vision. Reaper is still alive. Clem with the multitask. He's got 3 probe kills. This is suddenly looking all right for Clem as the Stalker does turn and run home. The other Stalker is there. He sees it's an Oracle. He bounces the probes. And remember, there's an exit point. There is a jumping ledge down here on the natural. It's blockable by 1 pylon. Very easy to block. But Clem gets in, gets out. 3 probe kills. Stalker wants to catch him. He's got to be careful. About 3-4 shots to kill that Reaper. I think it's 14 damage a shot to non-armored units. So the Reaper is rather fragile, but he knows there's an Oracle coming, which is already a super important part. He's got the Widow Mine, which he's going to try and put out on the map. It's the Interception Widow Mine. It's the Please Fly Over Me Oracle. It's the, oh my god, you can draw a straight line between these two. You could, oh, Trap changes direction. Oh, but not enough, not enough. If he's not looking, actually, I think it's enough. Maybe, damn, that is so rough for Trap, but beautiful for Clem. This is the, it's like throwing a dart kind of blind, putting the Widow Mine on the map against a guy who's open Stargate. You're like, please fly into this Oracle. Like, you know, you're like, please step right here on this floorboard that has a nail sticking out of it. And when the Protoss steps on it, you feel so good as the Terran. And as the Protoss, you're like, god damn, you know, it's very frustrating. Reaper will come in. He's not going to get that unless he commits the Reaper. He commits the Reaper, says, that's fine, I'll deny your 3rd for now. Trap has to send a new guy out. And it is going to be, guys, 3 gateways. So that warp gate just finished. It's 3 gates. Blinker's on the way. He's going to build a Phoenix. But I don't think he builds anymore. I think it's 1 Phoenix just to stop, like, Liberators. And it's going to be a Cyclone Viking Marine push on the 3rd base. How many Stalkers? He got 5 Stalkers. Blink's not done yet. I think he can get a cancel on this 3rd. The probe comes out. He's like, ooh, I need to see if something like this is coming. And he's like, oh, damn, that is not good for him. Where is the Widow Mine, by the way? It's going to walk up outside the natural over there. Interesting to see. The Cyclone does take a big volley. Ooh, oh, he gets the lock-on. Okay, lock-on completes the kill on a Stalker. Cyclone is going to get shot. That's like 3 Stalker shots from death. Widowmine does go down. Can he really get a kill here, though? It's so hard against the Stalkers that can move and shoot. If you have like a single tank, Trap can't do this. He can't micro in and out. But as it is, he's only really got 1 Cyclone. As I said, that thing is so weak. Oh my god. He's got a tank. He's got a tank. Cyclone goes down. Tank gets a big shot off, though. I think it's time to pull back for Clem. Blink is almost done. He does have 2 barracks. He's got Stim. He's got another tank, but he's got to kind of chill. Maybe set up an ambush on the map. Oh, Trap's on the warpath. He wants to hunt this army down. Neither side spotted each other. And Clem there. He's going to slide up there. If he could... Ooh, he's got to watch out. If the Stalkers get the tank, that'd be big. But plenty of Marines here guarding. Viking, easy pick off. Nice. Siege tank, though, is there for the safety. Trap does take a tank shot. Stalker's heavily bruised. 3rd CC goes up in the main. 3 barracks are here. As the dust settles, who's ahead, who's behind? Engineering Bay has not started upgrading just yet for Clem. He's been very busy trying to recover, trying to hang on, thinking about blinking in there, and he will be able to take advantage of that. The tank's not covering it. That 3rd command center is going to get cancelled. A mistake with the placement from Clem. He tucks it in a little bit here and says, okay, let's take a safer one. He's going to go forward. The Stalker's going to see what they can take on the way out. 1 Marine goes down. No Stalkers falling. A few Marines getting weak. Double gas on the 3rd. It's a Storm Rush. Trap here is playing a very greedy follow-up. So he's not far ahead on workers. Economically, he's not looking that great. He's not even prioritizing the Forge upgrade right now. He's just like, rush to Storm. Get the gas. Rush to Storm. It is all about getting that Psystorm out before this big push of Clem comes. He could technically play Charge Archon. And obviously, that's an army that kind of arrives a little sooner. I don't know, though. Either way, it's going to be hard. He sees the army moving out. I don't think he has time for Storm. It's just started up. Lots of gateways are on the way. Clem wants to push. Remember, though, his 3rd command center is not that late. Clem definitely won out in these early trades. Remember getting 5 probes throughout the early stages of this game. Putting on a lot of pressure. Keeping Trap off probing that 3rd base early on the Stalkers. They're going to look for the tax. They say, ooh, free Widow Mine. Yes, please. Get another one. Nice plays from Trap. He gets 2 Widow Mines to start. If he can get a medevac, that would be huge. Sentries, if you can trap these with a force field, it'd be good. Remember, there's a sight blocker there. And look at this. Clem is going to change angle and go towards the natural. Storm is not done for another 15 seconds. Where are the High Templar? There's 4 High Templar. They don't have Storm. There's no Warp Prism. Storm will be ready soon, though. Very soon. He's got energy. Storm's going to kick in 10 seconds. Okay, you got to watch out for the Psystorm, Clem. If Clem gets hit by a big storm, that's a big mistake because he's seen the High Templar. He knows it could be coming in. Look at the pre-spread. Marines guarding the tanks. He's got rid of 2 of the gateways. Clem with such a big spread. How do you fight this without Psystorm? He tries to recall to the natural, and Clem just says, okay, I'll run in your 3rd then. No worries. Dude, you can't get down there without the tanks blasting you. The Widow Mine in the tanks, making it impossible for the High Templar to rotate. Now, the Bio is basically killing itself with Stimpack, but it's already massacred Trap's entire army. The tanks get a few shots off on the High Templar. The Bio is going to have to pull back for now. But he's got another army coming across the map. And if you can't even get rid of these tanks, how are you going to deal with this? The 3rd base is down. It's full of workers. He does try to come forward. He baits a Widow Mine shot. The tanks getting good shots off on the High Templar. He gets 1. Another High Templar survives on 3 hit points. The tanks go down. At this point, though, Clem could pick up and go in the main base. And I think he'll probably do just that. It seems very tempting. He's going to just lick his wounds for a little bit. Let his units heal up. Trap, I don't know what he does because he can't lick his wounds. Guys, when you have a 6-inch hole in your bloody torso and there's blood dripping out of it, you need more than to lick your wounds. He's got to do something to get some pieces up. Big storms would get him back in this game. Can he land him? Oh, not a bad storm to start things off. A couple of very good size storms. In fact, the Widow Mines aren't landing. The Bio and the Medevacs are very low. Oh, Clem has to abandon some units. Zealot run by in the mineral line. Trap is doing a lot of things at once. He's finding the mark on some of them. He's getting a 4th base up in the midst of this. Trap will not go down without a fight. And Clem, I think, realizing he's got to hit the follow-up. He forgot +1 attack for a long time. He actually went armor before attack accidentally. He's got an armory. He does have a Ghost Academy. He's on 5 barracks. He's going to take a 5th gas geyser there. He's a little starved for money. He can squeeze a 4th command center and he'll have great progression. As it is, though, I think Clem is like, no, I'm ahead. There's no way you're getting a 4th base. I am just going to keep you locked on 3 base forever. Those High Templar hit 75 energy right now. Yep, they're on 75 energy. Big storms already. 4th base goes down. Not a great storm. Tickles a few units. They'll get healed. You need much bigger storms than that. He's going to double drop out the right. And he thinks better of it. And he actually unloads them there. I think he's like, you know what? I could get hit by a Zealot run by right now. And perfect thinking. He's ready for it. And it looks like, as much as there was a dicey moment there where it looked like maybe Trap could get back in it, Clem, very solid. He's going to shut down all the attempts at the counterattack. He's adding libs. He's got that 4th command center building here in the natural that we were talking about. And he realizes he doesn't need to force his way in. High Templar excel when a Terran tries to shove his army through the High Templar, one directionally, clumps up, takes a big splashy to the face. But Trap, he hasn't been able to find that. The High Templar, the Storm, like we said earlier, was just a little bit too late. It was a very greedy follow-up. And Clem pushed before he could get that transition underway. Ghosts, concussive shells, +2 bioweapons, all of the upgrades that are going to make this High Templar Archon army rather defunct. And that's why Trap's looking for an attack right now. You might think his army is smaller, but he's got 69 army supply, and that's a magic number. Using the power of Twitch chat, he's going to try and fight while Storm's good. He wants the map control. He wants Clem to try to walk into those Storms. He morphs an Archon there. Okay, does save the High Templar, but that Archon will go down. A few Zealots as well. Trap's trying to control the map. He's trying to utilize the Storm, you know, when Clem's clumped up, moving across the map, rather than letting him set up. Behind this, though, the Double Liberator has killed 16 probes, and that is devastating. He was so focused on the front. He's taken so much damage. The other Liberator did get cleaned up behind the 3rd, but this one, 19 kills in total. Immortals rallying out. Trap right now is trying to clean up just a gigantic army with a dish rag and a mop, and this is not what you need for this. You need a high-caliber rifle, a large sword, a big stick at the very least, a big Psy Storm, a delicious couple of Psy Storms for Trap. And the Marines, though, take out the War Prism. Archon Stalkers coming in. It's a very budget army for Trap. It's so countered by EMP that Clem can kind of just pull back, wait for a few more ghosts. He's also got Widow Mines picking off High Templar on the map. The Stalkers are trying to hunt him down, but Stalkers are a very expensive unit, and they're very fragile against Marine Marauder. And there we go. More EMPs will come down. That Archon, oh, takes so much damage to that. Ooh, great Storm. The way Trap is controlling the map with the dregs of what a Protoss army should look like is very cool, but that is just about it. It's very cool. He's fighting from a dead position. He's making it look like, hey, if you make a few mistakes, I could get back in this. And that's what you do in StarCraft. All comebacks rely on your opponent making mistakes, but it's on you putting yourself in a position where the opponent can actually make those mistakes and it'll make a difference. He's dodging Widow Mines. He's dropping Storms. Trap fighting like a boss, showing his experience, his veterancy. Clem, though, he's not going to give this one up. He's like, no, no, no. You can wriggle around all you want, but eventually I will hold you still and finish stabbing you out of this game. He's up 30 army supply. He's up 20 workers, and in fact, it's Clem now who has the magic number of workers. 69 workers, 4 bases. He's going up to 8 barracks. His medevacs, he's actually losing a lot of medevacs and gets hit by another storm. He's like, how do you have more Psy Storm, dude? Aren't you broke? Trap has somehow got a 4th base up in the midst of this, but it is a 47 probe Protoss. The Widow Mines, though. The Widow Mines never getting cleaned up earlier in this game. And as the Archon line crumbles, the Stalker line crumbles, he's picking up Zealots to dodge Widow Mines. A fantastic display of skill. But we were watching a Trap who is shrunk down to miniature size from the beginning of the game, fighting a 9-foot-tall Clem, ripped with muscles. All right, going into map 2 on Hardwire. And it looks like just going to be walling off the Reaper from jumping around the base. In the bottom left, the Africa Freaks Trap. A disaster of an early game in that last one. Losing a bunch of probes to the Reaper and losing your Oracle to a Widow Mine. He's not going to be repeating that. This guy up here, though, when he has a lead, he looks just absolutely unstoppable. It is a train that once it gets momentum, cannot be stopped. It's Liquid's Clem. And I think what's so impressive is the way a Trap with so little army was able to push Clem back to his side of the map. Because if you sit back and you let Clem drop you, Clem is the sort of player in this matchup. He will just hit you with mine drops, bio all over the map, coming in from every side. But he'll also do that while taking a 4th and then a 5th and getting double upgrades and adding Ghosts and adding Vikings if you've got Colossus. So it's this thing where I feel sometimes like you're watching Clem's army so much because he's doing so much, and you almost, I mean, when I was first casting him do that, I'd often feel like, oh, this is a 3-base all in, and then I'd be like shocked to see there was a 4th base landed, and I was like, it's been nothing but non-stop fighting for the last few minutes. Like, how could you possibly have done that? Like, I do not understand when that 4th got built, when it got landed, and how you did that while exerting so much pressure. And you know, if you let him get away with it, Clem will do a bit of everything at once, and he'll just get ahead while microing his units to perfection. Ooh, bunker rush. Look at that. Trap does not have vision until now, but the SCV slid past before the pylon finish, starts the bunker. Trap has no idea about it, so it's going to be the Reaper in the bunker. Now, the job here is to deny mining on this base. Because Trap has a pylon on the low ground, it's not too bad. If you build 2 pylons in the main, you're screwed here because you can't build a shield battery. What Trap's going to need to do is drop a shield battery and then just break it with Adept and then Stalker, but he wants to build a Stalker after this. Adept's really bad for killing bunkers. And look at that. The Reaper doesn't even run to the bunker straight away. And then he's like, oh, it's up. And you can always pop that SCV out to repair. So that's frustrating for Trap. Does he build a Stalker? Does he go across the map? He's already built a gateway, pylon, sorry, in the top left corner. He's going to go for DTs, or at least he's planning and was planning before this happened to go DTs. He's getting a 3 racks build is Clem. Now, 3 racks doesn't get a very, very, very quick eBay always, but often there's an engineering bay at the timing you need it for Dark Templar. So see what happens. That shield battery and those Adepts coming in. And the Adepts are shading forwards. I doubt they shade across the map, though. I'm surprised they didn't just fight the bunker a little bit more. Is he going to shade over? He is. There's only 2 Marines. There's going to be 4. 6 Marines will be out shortly after those Adepts come in. Oh, he gets a probe? No, not quite. The shield battery is there. But look at this, guys. 18 probes in the main. He's not building probes right now. Trap losing, you know, a bit of mining. He's going to proxy that DT shrine. 2 Adepts does beat 4 Marines. Clem, though. Oh, Trap with a miss micro. Too much going on at once. And Clem does take down that 1 Adept. He's going to lose a few Marines for it, but with more Marines coming out, he should be okay. I think Clem's all right with that trade. 2 Marines for an Adept, always something you're happy. And Trap, no mining on the natural. I mean, at this point, as Clem, you got to think, dude, it's 3 minutes 45 and he hasn't broken this. You just got to think about not how do I win the game, how do I not lose the game? And right now, that means he needs an engineering bay up. Stat. The modern 3 racks often goes factory before engineering bay. That is not what he needs right now. He's busy microing. He sees probes coming down. This is 4 minutes. Probes only now getting to the natural. I mean, this is such an obscene amount of damage. You got to cover yourself against those other options. Clem lets the Adept in his main base. That's going to distract him. And you know what? When you're distracted, you're more prone to just dropping mules. Oh, got to keep my economy going. Drop mules. If he drops any more mules, he loses this game. He builds an eBay. He drops an engineering bay. Clem drops an engineering bay before the DT shrine finishes. And his Reaper gets in the main. Does kill 1 probe there. So he gets a probe for the Reaper. And he sees a Twilight, which I think he saw that it wasn't upgrading. Trap tries to click Blink to make it look like he's upgrading. But I'm pretty sure the Reaper saw it already. The engineering bay is almost finished. And he's ready. Is Clem? I mean, Clem could push with Stim and Shields. As long as he's got his army here, he's saved a scan. Keep that scan up. He's building a turret. Watch Clem. We're on Clem's vision. Watch him notice this blur come in. The blur comes in. He sees it. Immediate scan. Immediate scan. You could tell. He was like, I know what this is. He saw the upgrade wasn't there. He already knew something was up. And look, now he's going to hunt down the proxy. He's going to save another scan to kill any other DTs. He's got the rally and a turret there. Oh, he doesn't quite find it. It's over up in the top left. He's going to send 1 Marine. Doesn't want to move his whole army out of position. He's hunting for more Dark Templar right now. Just kind of looking around. Let's see how quick he notices that blur. Doesn't see it. Yes, he does. Maybe. He's hunting. And pops a scan. Not bad. The Marine does fine. He focuses the pylon over there. DT will warp in. Oh no, Zealot actually warps in. Oh god! The 9-foot dude with side blades, man! Run! That Marine will go down. Contemplates life, the universe, and everything before that 9-foot tall beast is going to rip him in half. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Well, you know what though? I think Trap's in trouble, guys. He's trying to drop. He's got an Immortal, a Sentry, a Zealot, 2 Stalkers. Each of these units needs to do some heavy lifting. Battery overcharge to heal the Robo. It's not enough. That's too much bio. Even battery overcharge can't stop that much bio, son. The Immortal goes down. There's very little damage in this army for Trap. I mean, even though Clem knows fighting into battery overcharge normally a bad idea, when there's no damage output, you can just bop it. And he just bopped this group. Wow, that was dominating. Very, very nice game there. Dude, I mean, that bunker rush, that last game, did you see that the Twilight wasn't upgrading when you went in the base with the Reaper? Did you just kind of sense it was Dark Templar?
I was just trying to play safe, you know? Like, I wasn't really like seeing, he wasn't researching or anything. I was just like trying to play safe, and like I already did big damage, or like not big damage, but like he didn't mind on his second base for a while. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna play safe against DTs, throw down a turret, save a scanner or two, and it's gonna be fine. So yeah, um, yeah, just trying to play safe and stuff was fine.
Good awareness, mate, because we've got your mate Cuddle Bear in the chat, one of my favorite Terrans, and he says,
Me
"You've
too.
been awake all night. You didn't even sleep."
Yeah. Well, I don't know, cause like usually I'm pretty degen. Like I go to bed pretty late, so I was just like, waking up at 8 is gonna be really tough. So I'm just gonna like stay up all night and see how it goes. But yeah.
Legendary, dude. Well, hey, you managed to win your game so quickly that yeah, you get an early mark. You get to go to sleep
Mm-hmm.
pretty early, so
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
not bad, dude. Well played. Big congrats on getting first place. You did look. I think it felt like you looked like you perked up throughout the series. That first game against Bly, I could see the trauma of many series played against Bly, where it's like you're like 3 Rex, bunker in the main, bunker in the natural. It's like the safest play ever. Is that something where he's
Yeah.
just done so many Nidus worms to you that you just figured, hey, this is a special build. Let's play super safe first, Bly?
It was actually funny because so like I went 3 racks because I feel like usually it counters Blight pretty well. But then with my Reaper, when I suicided it, I saw he was like just placing a building in his main, and for some reason I was sure it was a Nidus. So I was like, okay, bunker main base, bunker second base, and then later I scanned and it was a bending nest, and I was like, oh, okay, I messed up. So yeah, I just thought it was a Nidus and it was actually a bending nest, but yeah. But yeah, the build order was just kind of good against Blight. I felt like, but then I stayed at home maybe a bit too long since I just thought it was a Nidus and not like fast muta.
It was cool though. I mean, you picked glittering ashes glittering asses, as I know some of you pro gamers have been calling it, or stripper booty. Uh, that's a big map. Some people have been saying it's a Zerg map. Is that
Mm-hmm.
is that a special pick versus Bly, or do you think, you know what, Widow Mines bio multi-prong drops? You reckon it's pretty okay for Terran versus Zerg?
Yeah, well, like the videos against Bly are always a little bit different, because like Bly was the kind of guy to last season not veto Beckett, for example, in the best of three in DreamHack. So it's always like the videos against Bly are always a bit weird. I tend to not veto the big maps that are usually good for Zerg, and sometimes he keeps the short maps that are supposed to be good for Terran. So yeah, it's like always a bit different, but yeah, I was just feeling confident on glittering ashes against Bly. I think if I go in a macro game, it should be fine. But it was still like pretty close, but yeah, was fine.
Heck yeah, man. Well, really well played. Shut down the gold base attempt as well. Were you worried at all on Pride of Altaris about Proxy Hatch Ravager because he loves that build, or were you just like, nah, because you went straight to the gold base, I think, even before checking for Proxy Hatch.
Yeah, actually, I didn't have it in mind before the game, but once I saw the second base, and I remembered, oh, in part of Altair, there's a gold base with eight mineral patches, like eight gold mineral patches. I was like, okay, it's for sure the gold base. And then I was like, also I thought about Proxy Ravagers, and I almost wanted to take a second gas, but then I was like, if it's just a gold base and a fake second gas, then I just have to press down my CC and it's gonna be fine no matter what. So yeah, I didn't have it in mind before the game, but then once I discovered he had no second base and like a late second guys in his main and stuff, I was like, okay, he's just taking the goal for sure.
Legendary, man. I liked it. Yeah, I saw you kind of go to take the second gas, and you're like, nah, just put the CC on the high ground. It's all good. And that was so good. Your Reaper was annoying. The Banshees were godlike. They killed so much. So a great run for you, dude. You go through
you.
first seed from your group into the top 8. So we're not going to get to see you for a couple of days, but we'll see you on Saturday for the quarterfinals. So big congrats, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good night, mate.
See you later.